Okay, so this is a quick presentation on ways to find volunteer opportunities using LinkedIn. And so a little bit about me. This is actually my LinkedIn profile, so hopefully you have a LinkedIn account. And just a quick sort of intro, I actually have been in the nonprofit sector for about 13 years, and recently my a long-term employment that I was at a nonprofit called Fly. And in terms of figuring out what my next job was going to be and how best to market myself, I started really playing around on LinkedIn. So I'm not a LinkedIn professional by any means, but in playing around on LinkedIn, I discovered some interesting ways to find nonprofit, volunteer, or board possibilities for those people that are interested in donating some of their time. So as I was mentioning, part of what came for me to learn about this was really about setting up a filter on how to look for jobs. And so I'm going to show you a little bit about that today and share my screen with you. And I realize that there are so many people that are successful and highly effective and probably are interested in having, have some time and are interested in contributing to the community, but may not know what nonprofits are actively seeking board level volunteers or volunteers of any sort. So, excuse me. So what I would like to do is move you to the LinkedIn page. Oops, oh Lord, sorry about this. Okay, so I'm just going to sign into LinkedIn. Okay, so here is my home page, and what you do is a very simple step. All you need to do is go, this search browser at the top, you can search for jobs, you can search for people, and so you can put in a few keywords. So I'm going to put in nonprofit, and I'm going to put in volunteer, and maybe I'll put in, maybe I'll leave it at that. And what will happen is on, oops, let's see here, give me 1 second. My computer is frozen. There we go. And I'm actually going to click jobs. So let me do that again. I'm sorry. I'm actually going to click jobs and put in nonprofit. Let me put in just volunteer, just so we can keep it open-ended. And what you're going to see is on the left-hand side, you see different keywords that you can play with. And what I think is really helpful is you see some filtering possibilities. So you can choose someplace that's close to you. So I'm going to choose, my postal code. And I'm going to search within, I'll keep it at 50 miles. And so here are some possibilities that have come up for me. So it looks like Volunteer Match is an organization, you can tell from here, that is looking for volunteers to do different types of administrative support or apprenticeships. There's one in San Francisco, there's one in Oakland. But it also looks like there's someone that, a possibility to become an HR specialist. Let's see, a volunteer coordinator. That is a volunteer, and that's in Oakland. So you can just essentially click on an opportunity. Let's click on this one. And it will tell you how many applicants there are and take you directly to, it'll tell you a little description down here. And then some, sort of skills. Some of these desired skills and experiences are much more robust, and you can even use those in some of the keywords. And then if I'm interested in doing this, it'll also show me some similar jobs or similar opportunities elsewhere. And if I'm interested, I can just go ahead and apply directly on the website. And when I click that button, it'll open up a new window for me, and I'll be able to look a little bit more deeply at the host, which in this case is volunteermatch.org. So let me get back to the PowerPoint here, and just pause to see if there's any questions, but hopefully this was simple enough.
Hey, Aila, I had a question.
Yes.
What if I wanted to, how am I able to find out, what their needs are from a board member perspective?
Okay, so if you go to, let me get back out here, go back to the LinkedIn page. Go back here. So unfortunately, you kind of have to just look a little bit, or you can add more in the keywords. So if I'm interested in being a board volunteer, and I actually enter in board, or I'm also interested maybe in doing some finance work on the board, it's really about your keywords, and you'll see that it will pop up some more refined postings. And so at the top here, you can see that there's 15 results for the keywords of nonprofit, board, volunteer, and finance. And so you can really have some fun with these keywords here, and then really start to filter. If there's thousands of them, you can filter by either a company that you may have heard of an opportunity, or a location near you. You really want to look at the keywords.
Okay, thank you.
I'll also show you one other thing here at the bottom. If you can see under location, it breaks up the, let me show you at the top for a second. So if you look at the top, you can see for these keywords that I use, there's 15 results. And when I scroll down, I have some information here that shows me how those 15 are allocated. So all 15 of the search results are within the United States. And all 15 happen to be in the Bay Area, which makes sense because if you remember, I put my zip code here. And here you can see that by company, Volunteer Match has 4 opportunities, Capture the Dream has 3, etc., etc. So maybe, if just to give you, just to play with it, if I were to delete my zip code, and I were to search again for the same keywords, I have now 80 results. And when I go down, what I can do is say, look, I'm maybe interested in finding something for my family member in New York, and I'm interested also in San Francisco, Bay Area. And so now I have 30 results that are showing, which matches the 16 that are in the Bay Area and the 14 that are in the greater New York. And maybe furthermore, maybe I'm not that interested in Volunteer Match. In fact, I've had a really bad experience with them, hypothetically, and so I can just click the other postings that I would like to see, and it will only show me what I have checked, if that makes sense. I think you get the point here. So when so up here it's going to keep me grounded by telling me what are all the filters that I have. I have a filter for San Francisco Bay Area, I have a filter for greater New York, and for these organizations. And maybe I'm not interested in New York anymore. A quick way to uncheck it is to just delete, press the X there. And so it's really, the fun part about LinkedIn is that it's really just about playing around underneath the jobs area right here and using your keywords. Any other questions?
No, this is great.
Okay, well, thank you so much for your time, everybody, and hopefully we you'll be able to put this to use to go and contribute your time and your treasure and your talent at a deserving nonprofit. Take care.